am I speaking with?
Source.
Since we are now speaking with the source, what is the vessel doing through which the source is speaking?
She's there.
She's in the body or outside of the body?
She chooses to be part of the body, and a fraction of it is out. Just enough for me to bypass.
Okay. But she is there.
Yes, but she's quiet.
Okay. And it is the case with everyone that we have sessions with?
Everyone is different.
Everyone is different. So some choose to be present and some do not?
Some need guidance to go somewhere, and others just go to a place that they find to be comfortable.
Okay, thank you. One question which came out was, what is higher self?
Higher self is all. It's all things. Everything you see, everything you don't see.
Can you explain that a little more?
This breath. I use this breath as an example.
Okay.
Every time we all breathe, we are all using the same breath. There is essence in every breath, from every life, every entity. It all comes from the same. It is all consciousness. Every single thing touches it. The higher self is nothing that is above. It is just now.
Is higher self an entity?
This term, entity, can have too many negative attachments to it.
I was just wondering if higher self was like a person or personality or the group of personalities like that.
It is a group, just a collection of everything. We only categorize them for the human mind to understand. But when you put it all together, it is all one.
Okay.
Just think of it like a ball of yarn. You can unravel it and not all connects to just one. But when you roll it together, it's still one. It has its fibers that come loose. But it all started with just one tiny fiber. But this fiber connects to many fibers and turns into a string. And this string is always connected. And you roll it into one.
She has a question on that. I'll come to that little later. I want to ask this question. That yarn bundle, is it one individual soul having many fibers or many life experiences and then becoming one higher self? Is it like that?
Are you asking if source is one soul? What do you ask?
I'm asking from the higher self perspective. Every person has a higher self.
Yes.
At certain level, they are individual higher selves, but
we label them as individuals, but they are still the same source.
okay.
It still is all source. They are all just extensions. They are all just different personalities. But these personalities, these characters that we all choose to create, these are all just extensions of the one source.
Okay. Thank you. Now her question was, if the source is all, the God is all, one, God or the source has negative energies also, like we see negativity on the earth.
These are the consequences of coming to a level of lower frequencies, meaning that they are quite far and distant from the original source. The further that I have spread you out, the harder the challenge. The earth is quite far from source. The more disconnected you feel, which is not true, the string becomes quite thin, and we get the illusion that we are alone, that we are disconnected. And this is what occurs with humans. They feel this disconnection, this illusional disconnection, and they do these things to feel connected once more, and that is not the case. Do you understand?
Yeah, I'm trying to. So what is the explanation for people not acting out of love?
Those that do negative things, they simply do not feel connected to Source. It is our duty to help them feel connected. This is a challenge, but it must be done. You must bring all the shards of Source together again.
Okay. This is about the people not acting out of love. But how about the discarnates, the entities which are not having bodies but they just wander around? How about those?
These are all created by the individuals that are feeling disconnected. We are all demigods. We all create our own world. Think of it as your mother or your father. You have this cord with your child. And this cord is always forever there. And you know, you feel this way when you're a child. You're very close to your mother. But as you get older, you see the world different. Your eyes are opened differently, and you see that you can create things, and you can do your own things, and you can be who you want to be, or you see what you want to become. So therefore you create your own world, and you no longer live in the world of your mother. When you create things, you can create whatever you like. But when people start to feel disconnected to that original source, they feel a sense of loneliness, and therefore they create scenarios with such things as attachments. They create their own monsters, and yet they give it life, just the way I have given you life. I push you out for you to create, and you create what you want. And this is where all these negative energies stem from our own minds. And we pull all those things towards us. We attract others as entities. We let them harm. You let them harm.
Okay.
So do not create those things if you do not want to be hurt.
Any advice on how not to create them?
Do not focus on the negative things. Always seek the positive, no matter how hard the challenge is. Always know where you belong, where you came from. You are here with us. We are always connected. We do not need any more negative things. This is what nobody likes to see. Nobody likes to be hurt. So why continue to create it? Focus on what you do want, not what you don't want. Try to keep those terms out of your mouth. Just say do.
Thank you. Then I have another question. Who were the souls that inhabited the earth first time?
This is a very difficult concept for any human to understand. Only because it has always been there was no start. This history only repeats itself, and it only repeats until we remember who we are. So there was no first.
Okay. Can I ask something related to this?
Yes.
How are the souls created?
We always were here. You created yourself. When we are all together, it is I create you. When I push you, you create yourself. You create create your own personality. You create your own earth. You create your own home. You create your loved ones.
Okay, and when we are done from the earth experience, where do we go?
Back to source, but in your own mind source.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel that it is another human, then you will go there. If you feel that it is heaven, you will go there. Wherever you want to go in the end is where you will be. However you feel is a challenge to get there is what you will do. Such, if you feel you must pay to get into where you want to be, then you will pay. But you should just make it easy on yourself and don't make it so difficult. It is not hard to get here.
Are we meaning the humans on the earth? Are we already shifting into the new world? Is there a new world already existing?
There are two answers to this.
Mm-hmm.
One, in a collective, is yes. The other, as you as an individual,
Mm-hmm.
and for every individual, are you? Are you in the new earth? Are you there yet? The ultimate question is, are you? Is this what you believe? Then you will be there.
Okay. The point of reference was there was some new discovery or life found on the moon. What was that?
This is evidence of change, but only those who are on the path of going into this new earth.
Mm-hmm.
You will continue to see many changes, some which may feel fearful,
Mm-hmm.
but it is nothing to fear once you know why it is there.
So is that the change that has happened? Or it is now, or is it has always been there, but we see it now?
Yes, we are shifting into another dimension.
Mm-hmm.
So we are slowly seeing the changes that have always been there.
Okay. The question was, how long after the new earth, the old earth will be gone, or something will happen to the old earth? Or will they exist?
It does not matter how much longer.
Mm-hmm.
Just so long as you are there on the new shift. You do not want to look back.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no need to know how long. just let it be. We will cleanse it and renew it once again.
So will there be a point when there will be no one on the old earth?
There will be some left behind. But this is why it is important to help one another.
Okay.
To rid as many from the old. Because we do not like to see anybody suffer due to their own creations. But in the end, we will carry them and we will cleanse them.
Thank you.
So do not fear for the others. They will be taken care of.
Okay. Vanessa has been really thinking about this for a long time. What shape is the earth?
This, like I have said before, you create. She is simply stuck between the two. She does not know what is really true out there for her. She can say the earth is square, and she will find truth in that. So she can decide which truth she wants to follow. There is no right or wrong.
Okay.
But she must listen to her own and not what is external.
Okay. You said that earth is very far from the source. So if source has to look at the earth as an entity or as some physical thing, how would it appear to the source?
For us, it is not far. For the source, it is never far. It is just there because it is the body. This is our body, everything. It is not far and it is not near. It is just us. It only seems far for the individuals, but this is only a body of the one source. Do you understand?
Yes. Does earth have a shape?
In the eyes of source, it is only light. It has no shape.
Okay.
It is all just a collection of light. And like before, only you create it. When there are many in a group, they create like images. And this is what has been done. We have been trained, as in you. You have been trained to believe in one way, in one image in what you see. Everyone says the sky is blue. And everyone believes it to be true.
Yes.
Because you all collectively told yourselves to see blue. And therefore many see blue. If you all said the sky was purple, you would all see it purple.
Is it like individual perception?
As far as seeing what? The earth?
Earth or the sky? I mean, whatever we see and we believe, is it individual perception?
It is ultimately a collective perception. But when you train yourself to see what you want to see, what you want to manifest, then you can change it and make your own world. But a group is powerful. And so this is what you see.
Okay, I want to ask one more question related to this. So if I see the earth is round, am I correct?
In your own world.
Okay, and if someone else says it is flat, then they are also correct?
Yes, there is no right or wrong. Remember that you as individuals are creators. And you create your own world. It is very difficult to understand this because we all see the same things. And as I said, a group is very powerful. So imagine the things that you can do as a collective group, such as the source.
Okay. Thank you. How about the moon? Is it a real thing? Or is it a created one?
This applies to the same as the earth as to what you see. It is real because you make it real.
Okay.
Everything is real.
So is there anything on the other side of the moon that we don't see?
What do you want to see? What do you think is there?
Okay.
Have you seen? Have you seen it yourself?
No.
Then what do you want to see there, if you were to?
I guess the life, like humans or maybe some other kind of people, living beings.
And that is correct. If others choose to see it as just a flat black surface, then that is correct too. This is how we have created dimensions. This is why it is endless. You as all individuals created all these extra dimensions with all this creativity. This is what you've created. So there is truth in all things. There is reality in all things. It just depends on how you create it.
Okay. Are you saying that it is just individual reality?
Yes. If it is easy for you to understand it this way, yes. Everyone is their own creator. We are all source. We all stem from the same location, from the same body. We just do not realize this, how powerful we are. It is very difficult for humans to understand.
Okay.
When you return you will have that better connection and you will understand.
Mm-hmm.
But there is much to learn.
Okay, thank you. Very interesting, which I did not know, but it came as a question about spontaneous human combustion. So it's like a human body is good. There is no apparent sign of any burn outside of the body, but inside it is totally burnt, all the organs and everything. What is that?
There are many reasons for this.
Mm-hmm.
And there are several different cases in this. For some, they found a connection to the ultimate source, and they allowed this into the physical body, and it bursts. This is so strong that this is what occurs.
Okay.
And then other reasons, our souls can be just as strong. When it enters the body, it can burst. But this can be the choice of the individual as to a form of death, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
This is how they choose to die. I guess more of a interesting way of leaving the body.
Okay. Can we say that it is always from inside?
It is from within. It is the soul.
Okay. So the person chooses either have the experience of source or bring the soul inside and leave the physical plane.
Yes. And in some cases, some individuals find a way to connect to the ultimate source.
Mm-hmm.
But it is too much. So it can be accidental, but yet this is the way they decide to leave.
Okay.
It is nothing to fear, but it shows proof.
Mm-hmm.
It is the things that cannot be explained. It's how you know that this is real.
Okay, thank you for that. We are in this work. We hypnotize people so that they experience a different reality when they are in hypnotic trance. Many times people go and visit their past or any other reality. By any chance, or maybe it is the case, the way the practitioner or the hypnotist uses the language, does that make the reality of that past life personality to change?
So you mean if you do these sessions, do they affect the past life individuals?
Yeah.
Considering all dimensions, it can.
Mm-hmm.
We can shift one dimension and yet the other will continue to where it is supposed to. We may see the changes here, and you may once remember them as one way, but then you are told they are different in another way.
Mm-hmm.
These are the changes. This is how it was affected. But they are not to be feared because this is how it is supposed to be. Everything is as it is supposed to be.
Do we affect that life at all?
Yes, if they are conscious of it.
Okay.
If the past life is conscious of who you are, then you can.
Okay. So that past life personality can become conscious of us as hypnotists?
They have to be very in tune with this type of work.
Okay.
You have to be very connected. You have to vibrate the same frequency. You cannot change someone's past being, such as an animal. If that animal were aware of who you were, then you can change his life. But only the animal is just the animal, and he only goes by his instinct. That is how the past life human is. They are just thinking. They only tell themselves that they are thinking. And there are those that believe that they are just hearing voices. But that is not the case. It is true. They hear the other channels coming in, and they are only connecting with them.
Okay. Can I ask a question here?
Yes.
How does the healing come from past life regression?
It comes from the individual. It comes from their belief, their strength in their belief. They create. They can tell themselves that it comes externally, but it is all within themselves. Remember, they are demigods. They are healing themselves. You are only an extension of themselves. And this is what they believe. They believe that you are helping them to heal. But in reality, they do not need anything external. They just need to look within themselves and heal. There will come a time when we will be able to do this.
Okay.
They need to open their eyes and to remember where all this pain and discomfort has come from. Once they realize where it has come from, then they heal themselves. They are simply reminded. In this realm, the human can be very forgetful, and they need to be constantly reminded. That's why this work is important, to help them remember.
Okay. Thank you. One question was, how do we have the client to let go and connect with their higher selves?
For many, it is different, but for many, it is the breath.
Okay.
The breath helps you to connect. Remember in the beginning when I said the breath is connected to everything. It touches everything. Every being that has lived here and passed has breathed this breath. So you can find the consciousness of that breath to relax. Have them visualize something or someone that is relaxing, such as the beach. Let us visualize that beach and imagine it as a collective consciousness. As you sit there, you breathe it in. Breathe in that vision. And as you continue to breathe in that visual, it will make you more relaxed and you will become that vision. You will become that ocean. You will become that sand. You will become the wind. This is why breath is very important. When you help them visualize how to connect to that one vision, they will begin to realize where they are connecting. They are connecting to that consciousness.
Thank you, that is very helpful, because we struggle sometimes with some clients.
Yes, this will help tremendously.
Thank you. There are other questions like when in the beginning, when the fetus starts developing inside the mother's womb, when is the time that heart starts beating?
When the heart beats, this is the moment that the soul decided to enter. Not completely, but he has decided that he is going to go in. Some choose to go completely in, but it can be you have to be very patient if you start from the beginning of the development. Some, they wait just until birth, and that's when the whole essence of the soul goes into the physical body. This spark from the heart is the moment when you connect your soul to the physical. That is the start of the connection.
Thank you for that. When inside of the mother's womb, it's not necessarily that the soul is residing there all the time.
Yes.
So what shows on when they do sonography and ultrasound and all that? It shows the heart is beating. What makes the heart beat?
It is the soul, but like I have said, the soul decides when to completely go into the... But the heart beats because that is the connection between the soul and the physical.
Okay. So as soon as the soul has committed to be in that body,
Yes.
it is the time when heart starts beating.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And why do we yawn? Why do humans yawn?
The yawn is more of a reminder of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
This here is just giving you a message. The upcoming messages within our sleep state. Think of it as like what you call an email. There is a message that is being downloaded to you,
Mm-hmm.
and you only react with this yawn to let you know that you have a message that will come to you when you sleep. That is why it is important for you to analyze the messages that we give you in your sleep. Why it is contagious? Because there is a connection between you and that individual. There is a message that you two have. It can be a connection with the stranger. When you yawn because of that person's yawning.
Mm-hmm.
There is a message there for you. Do you understand?
Yes, very much. Thank you. But why do we sleep? Why do we need to sleep?
You need to remember where you are from. You have missions here on earth, but you also have greater missions on the other side. Think of it as the time when your soul gets to wake up while your physical body sleeps. When it is time for the physical body to wake, the soul will sleep. It is always awake, but it has its time to rest as well. We need to have this connection with our sleep. You need to be reminded. It helps the body to heal. And this is why they say it is important to sleep when you are ill. This is the time when your soul goes to work.
Mm-hmm.
Your soul is working on your physical body. And at the same time, it downloads messages to your physical self, giving you a heads up of what is ahead of you,
Mm-hmm.
so that you are prepared. It is just another form of helping you on your missions.
Thank you. We hear many times now that a lot of people feel sleepy all the time. What is the reason for that?
Think of it as a form of shedding. You are shedding this physical realm.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel more tired and exhausted because you're becoming more connected to your spiritual realm.
Okay.
So this is necessary. To one point, we will shed our physical bodies completely, and you will stay as your soul light self.
Mm-hmm.
It is a slow process. but it is necessary.
Thank you. There were some kind of strange noises that were heard in the entire world, and they were recorded. Seems like now they are coming from east side to west side also. What are those sounds? What is that? And it seems like it is said that they are not coming from earth but from above.
This is just another confirmation of the earth shift.
Okay.
This is the earth's vibrational sound. Do not fear it. She is just shifting. She is growing and evolving. It is much like the vibration that you hear from your own chakras.
Mm-hmm.
The earth has its own chakras as well.
Mm-hmm.
She is just opening up more. And it begins from the eastern side because they are more group collectively connected.
Mm-hmm.
The more western side is a little less connected, but
Yes.
it will reach. There must be a balance between the positive and the negative.
Mm-hmm.
This is why they are so connected to the source now and earth. You see a lot of struggle. Many are fighting this positive energy, and they are creating these negative scenarios. It is hard to hear, but this is what is happening. When the world realizes their own negative thoughts control their entire world, this is when you will see a major change. Only pray for them. Pray for them because it is very powerful. Do it as a group, but individually it is just as strong. Collect your group in your own spiritual realm, and it is just as strong. You will begin to see a more positive change.
Okay.
The times will be harder now, and you will see a lot of struggle, but do not let it discourage you, because this is the most powerful time, a great time to live. Love will conquer all.
Thank you. One question she had was, why do people fall into rituals with religion? Why the rituals are so much part of the religions?
These are only extensions. This is again creation. Humans need to understand that they do not need any extensions of themselves. All that they need is within themselves. We understand that this is hard, but this is what helps you grow. You must go through all these tools to realize that it is not necessary.
So the rituals are not necessary.
If it helps you, then it is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But to do bad things with them, it is not good.
Okay. But why are they such a part of religions?
Religions, some only use it to make you more reliable, more materialistic, if you will. It is there to make you rely on more physical things. It's to discourage and help you disconnect to your own internal tools. But it is necessary to help you realize this.
All organized religions, do they play any role in spirituality?
Some do, but not many. It all depends on who is behind that scene.
What do you mean?
There are some individuals that run these temples and churches and that are not very good. They have other negative intentions. It will not be hard to distinguish who. Soon the truth will come. And the world will see.
Thank you so much for all that information. She was asking how she can be well connected with her higher self.
She has been doing well lately. She knows she is connected. She just needs to find more silence in her life. Give herself time to connect with nature and meditate and continue to drink as much water. It is very important at this time to drink plenty of water. This also helps with manifesting and creating. It brings your vibrations up higher and it comes more rapidly, and it helps for you to create the world in which you want to live in.
Okay. There are a lot of things happening. Just things are dropping. The mirror somehow some people saw being off of the wall and then dropped on the wall. And then there was some scrubbing brush that just fell off. Who is doing that?
That is only us.
Okay.
We are just letting her know that we are there. She does not need to worry about any forces. She just needs to continue knowing that she is stronger. She is there to bring in light in a place that is not very good. A place that has a lot of lower emotions. Individuals recognize her as she passes. They see her smile and they know that she is there for a reason. She will be here for a while to help balance this place.
Okay. So there is nothing negative out there?
It is only the emotions of that place. There are many passerbys. A lot of people lose money. They are very attached to this material world, and there are many individuals in that one setting. Therefore, they come in with all this energy. But this is why she is here. And she's not the only one helping to balance it.
Okay.
There will be more.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
She just needs to remember that she is a warrior.
Okay. Thank you. Her dog, why she twitches during her sleep?
She is the one that balances the household. She carries anything that may harm them She is like the vase that carries everything, but she cannot release it. And this is where Vanessa needs to come in and help heal her, relieve it. Tallulah is the one catching any negative emotions. But she needs help to relieve it. Vanessa and Tallulah will be a great team when they work together.
Okay. Can we send her some healing? Can we release those experiences from her?
Yes,
Can we do that now?
it is done.
Thank you so much. What is her life purpose?
To just be here, bring in light, to help heal the world one person at a time. Send as much energy and love to every individual you touch. She has been doing this. But this goes for everyone. Always send love to anyone that comes your way. This will help tremendously.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any message for her? Final message for her?
She is doing well. Stay strong.
Okay, thank you.